You know what? I already ruined it. I should have played it. Is it this one? It's a good day. Here, we'll just do like the first bar or two.
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, you grow hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yeah. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time.
Best Monday morning ever.
You grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation.
In the morning, I have my cup of coffee.
I like to do it 'cause it's sensation.
I got up.
Oh, turn it down.
Like inspiration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man. I'll take it.
You're being drowned
and it's out.
by that. Yeah, you're being.
I turned it down. I guess this volume thing doesn't do anything.
Well, you turned it. It turned it down a little bit, but you.
I got to turn it out like a lot.
Yeah, you were still being drowned
Right.
out. That's a common problem with people that when they put music behind them and they don't know. My rule is if I am having to struggle to listen to your words because the music is so loud, the normal person in the car is not listening at all and is going to change the station.
I think I should take that song and find my copy of Audacity and do 30 seconds of high volume and then drop the levels down to like 10% or something so that we can talk over the beginning of it. I
can do that in like 3 seconds for you.
Oh yeah, you should do that since you're an audio engineer and I'm a not. No, you do that and give me another copy of it. Hey, and while you're in there, can you just make the words kind of less and more not not ish? All right, I'll send you the link to the download or whatever later. Yeah, because I would prefer to not have the ish words in there. But I like the song. It kind of gives me like wake up. This is the best Monday ever, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome. I see my brothers here. I see Colin. Good morning. Monday morning. Yeah, that's right. It's the best Monday ever. We got amazing news to talk about. I am not going to speak on behalf of Deacon, but I was almost dead of sick yesterday.
Oh, really? What happened?
Yeah, I'm overstating it somewhat. Well, it was the weekend and it was UFC fight weekend on Saturday. So, once a month, it's a big UFC and my friend comes over and my wife and my friend and I watch UFC. And I've been doing not only keto, but I'm doing intermittent fasting as well. So I guess maybe my system was like a little bit like, we'll say less robust. And then it was UFC night and it was like the craziest fight. Usman he got knocked the F out. I don't know if you saw it on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter. You probably don't follow fights. It was amazing. It was like the fourth round or fifth round. I don't remember which round it was. The fight was almost over. And to be honest, I was like falling asleep. Here comes the wife.
He's doing a terrible job of explaining this. I feel like I need.
I was also kind of falling asleep a little bit, but go ahead.
Yeah, he was completely asleep.
I
He
wasn't
sleeps
completely
for the
asleep.
main card. We have to tell him what happens. No, he's doing a poor job. The guy was getting his butt beat.
Yeah.
Not Usman, but
Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards.
The challenger.
The whole time. If it came down to points, he was not going to make it. Usman had it on points. He was just getting pummeled. Mm-hmm. And his coach kept cussing at him like, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get up there and get Usman. Like, it was terrible. I felt sorry for the guy. And in the 5th round of 5 rounds, and there were 54 seconds left. Leone throws a left, and the guy it was a fake. It was to get him to lean into the kick that he kicked him in his head, and the dude lights went out. And I was like, did that just happen? The whole group was stunned because it was like he was getting his butt beat the whole time, and then he beat him within 1 minute of the end of a 5-round fight.
It was amazing to watch. I did see that.
So when did The Undertaker and Ric Flair come out?
Come on, man.
Come out and
this isn't. This is not make believe. These are people that really get beat in the face.
No, you just did not. She did not explain a real fight that was fucking staged. That was a staged wrestling match.
Oh my god!
Guy gets his ass kicked the whole time.
Listen, I entertain your conspiracy theories every day, but I will not hear it. Usman is a total douchebag, and he got knocked the F out. I'm so happy about it.
Come down from the rafters. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Sting. Hulk Hogan. The Macho Man.
Deacon doesn't follow UFC, guys. I'm sorry.
No.
Usman was asleep, laying on the mat, back up. His eyes were open, and he was asleep. He was asleep like this.
Look, I am not a warrior class of person. I'm just not. Okay. Yeah. And I like that. But I was picking because the story. I've watched UFC before. I've watched it many times.
Okay,
it's just not my thing. I used to watch boxing a lot. I loved boxing. It's just not my thing anymore. And that's cool. I'm not going to dog you for your thing. That story she was telling just sounded like a script professional wrestling match. The one guy wins the whole time, and then at the very end, he comes back and beats him. That's a professional wrestling match.
Oh wow. Usman got taken to the hospital. This is Usman asleep on the mat. He's asleep, man. And this is what she was talking about. He threw a left. Leon threw a left, and it was a fake left. And Usman dodged to the right of the left to get out of the way of the jab. And Leon threw this killer knockout kick at the same time, and Usman didn't see it because it was hidden by the fake left, and he went from this, and he just tumbled, and he was asleep. He was out right there. Apparently, he went to the hospital.
Imagine getting kicked in the fucking head with dude's chin that practices.
Yeah,
that's a professional at kicking fucking things in the head.
Yes.
No,
okay.
I seen Silva break his leg. I was watching that night.
Oh my god!
I'm not I don't like to see that shit. I've had pretty severe broken bones before, and I don't. When I see or hear that just brings back like instant trauma to me. That I'm not one of those people. It's not. I'm just not one of those people. I'll
tell you what I love the most. I love it when these two guys go in with all heart and they fight like for their lives. And then they'll get up and they'll be bloodied and broken and like one of them wins. And then they hug. And I'm like, this is brotherhood. This is like you resolve the fight and you immediately put it behind you. Not everyone's got that temperament to be able to set aside this, but most of them do. And it's like amazing every time because we'll all be watching and be like, oh my God, he just did that to him. And then the fight's over and then they hug it out and you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So anyway,
I like that.
So I've been doing intermittent fasting. I've been doing keto, and it was UFC night, so we were watching these fights, and I drank. I honestly don't know who filled my cup up, but I'm pretty sure it was her, and it was too much whiskey.
It was me.
It was too much whiskey. And so I was like, anyway, so Sunday morning I wake up, and I'm sick, and I'm like sick, and I ended up getting like totally dehydrated or something. I was in bed like almost all day long. I could barely move my anyway, I was very, very ill yesterday. I went to
crumble cookies. It wasn't.
She thinks it's the crumble cookies. We had crumble cookies, which are pretty good. pretty good. Anyway, so JJ, how are you doing? Crumble cookies and keto. It's called cheating. I did a cheat. It's cheating. You just cheat.
They're not meat cookies.
Yeah, no, they're not. So anyway, so I was ill. How have you been this weekend?
I've been good. Hang on, I've got
Okay.
You stopped that story in the inappropriate
He's got
time.
to run up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did a bad job there. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Colin with a beard. Colin with a beard. I think Colin sounds like a UK name. It's probably not, but you know, for some reason I think of Colin like people in the UK often are named Colin. So I'm going to declare you to be artificially English with a fake R.
Who?
Colin with a beard. He's not UK. He's not English, I don't think. All right.
No, he lives in Louisiana.
Oh, I can't do Louisiana. How do you do Louisiana accent?
Oh, right.
You put marbles in your mouth, and then you try to speak French English with marbles in your mouth.
Like the guy from Waterboy.
And you pause to chew on like an alligator kebab.
My weekend, JJ, real quick, was one of those weekends that every dad should realize that this is a part of their life. New dads probably suffer with this a little bit, but this was one of those weekends where I had plans for Saturday and I had plans for Sunday of things that I personally was going to do. And Saturday, I was informed of things that I was going to be doing that did not include anything that was on my personal list. And then Sunday, I was informed of things that I was going to be doing after I stated several times that I wanted at least 2 to 4 hours to spend with the children playing Dungeons and Dragons, because I had been working on this shit for 2 weeks. And so I wanted to run them this Sunday. And I ended up helping Ashley do some stuff, and Alex helped. And so this was one of those weekends that I think a lot of new dads, I struggled with it for a long time. I still struggle with it sometimes when you have your plans and that you got stuff. This is my day off and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And maybe it's just like sleep on the damn couch. No.
Would you say you got voluntold to take care of some stuff?
No, I didn't get voluntold, but I volunteered to do some things that I knew that was probably in my best interest.
Okay.
And yeah. I mean, it was just being being like a significant other, and it's just one of those weekends where nothing kind of worked out the way that I wanted to. It was a good weekend, but none of the things that I had planned got done. But that's no big deal.
I'm sorry you didn't get enough stuff done. I certainly didn't. Oh, you know what? I did get to do one thing. Even though I was ill, I was able to dismantle the airbag in my wife's car and replace a broken switch. So I was still able to do that. Have you ever taken an airbag out of a car? Let me tell you, that's scary. Do you know you drive around in your car all the time with an explosive like inches in front of your face?
Yes, Alex will sit over there on the passenger side of the car and he'll take his drumsticks and he'll be drumming. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, dude, please, can you drum on your leg? Because I can, the way my luck goes, you're going to do a paradiddle and that thing's going to blow up in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got so much news to get into. But it's Monday. I just want to say it's the best Monday ever. I'm so happy to be here and also not be sick. And so we got so much stuff, and it's
pretty accurate.
Yeah, yours, not mine. I got the entire part of the country or entire part of the planet wrong. All right. So let's go with something a little lighthearted. Let's open the Monday up with a little bit of lighthearted news, and then we'll dive into the heavy political stuff in a little bit. We're gonna go light. Let's see what we've got here. It's the best Monday ever. Here we go. All righty then.
I think you're trying to.
Yellowstone officials say a human foot found in one of the park's hot springs. That's not good. That's what? Yellowstone officials say human foot found in one of the park's hot springs. Park says no foul play suspected. Incident thought to have occurred in late July. The National Park Service on Friday said a partial human remains were found at one of Yellowstone's deepest hydrothermal pools, with officials stating an investigation had been launched into the origins of the grim discovery. On Tuesday of this week, a park worker found part of a foot in a shoe floating in the Abyss Pool located in West Thumb Geyser Basin in the southern part of Yellowstone National Park. Okay, so I have to imagine somebody thought, ooh, hot pool, I'm going to go take a dip. And then
this is probably, we needs to get rid of this body. Where are we going to throw it? Throw it in a hot spring.
No, mommy's entering grades.
Come here, sweet pea. You can come sit with me. Why are you awake?
She couldn't find her other sock.
Oh, you couldn't find your other sock. Okay, well, I'm going to hand the stories over to Deacon in a second, help you find your sock, all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, Mom's still entering grades. You have to be quiet while we're talking, okay? You can say good morning, Uncle Jeremy.
Good morning, Uncle Jeremy.
Okay, he heard you.
Can
He heard
I
you.
wake up?
No, you can't wake up yet. It's too early. Sun's not up. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and you got the gist here. I don't think I'm gonna read the rest of this while my kid's in my lap. So
That's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's probably
Okay.
what happened.
So that's good Monday morning. Hey, you know what? This is good news though. I do have some good news.
Yeah, I was scrolling.
I gotta. Let me get this good news in here because it's Monday. We want some good news. I want to say, here it is. August 22nd, 2022. And Ben is once again married to a Jennifer. Congratulations, Ben. Ambulance seen leaving Ben Affleck's home in Georgia ahead of a wedding weekend with Jennifer Lopez.
What year? Are you sure you've got? Is this this year's news article?
Yeah, it says, look, right down there, 3 days ago.
Well, that could have been 3 days ago in 2014.
Yeah, no, it's 3 days ago. Mama's.
They got married again?
Yeah, they're married again. Yeah, you can go read a book in your bed. You don't want to talk about Jennifer.
They got married again, and they had a 3-day wedding for the remarry.
Thank you, sweetheart. So Ben Affleck's mother, Christine Ann Bolt, was rushed to the hospital. She required medical attention after falling off a dock and cutting her leg. The power couple are set to tie the knot for a second time on a large estate this weekend. It comes as the Marry Me star and Deepwater actor are preparing for a lavish 3-day wedding. So I don't remember the exact order, but I'm pretty sure Ben was married to Jennifer Lopez. And then he was married to Jennifer Garner, and he had like 2 or 3 kids with her. And now he's married to Jennifer Lopez again, right?
No.
That's not right?
I think Jennifer Garner was first.
Jennifer Garner was first? Okay.
Okay, hang on. Here we go. Oh,
yeah, he's got it. He's going to get it.
All right. Let's rewind. The Reindeer Games actor's longest relationship began in 2004 with Jennifer Garner, whom he began dating after breaking his engagement to the I'm Real singer, Gwyneth Paltrow. He dated Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ben. That is a bullet dodged.
Effect
right there.
Sparked dating speculation. Those are just, I don't want all this speculation shit. I was trying to find a list. Stupid internet.
Yeah. How many times has Ben Affleck been married? That seems pretty easy to Google.
I don't know. He's I don't know. Jennifer Garner, Lindsay Shookus, Shauna Sexton, Anna Diarmas, and Jennifer Lopez.
Well, this thing says that he's only been married once, and that must be Jennifer Garner. So this is his second marriage.
I don't know.
Well, I just want to say congratulations to Ben. I hope he's happy.
I like Ben Affleck. I think he's a good actor. I've always liked him.
Maybe don't serve cocktails on the dock when your mom's there.
Maybe if your mom cuts her leg, we don't need a whole nationwide news story about it.
Don't know. Could have been bad.
Because
I'm worried about her. I don't want anything to throw this.
My stomach was very upset this morning because I was worried if Ben Affleck's mom is fucking okay.
I hope she's fine.
Okay,
that's That's the good. That's the. I mean, come on, it's good news.
Am
Ben
I an
Affleck,
asshole?
J Lo.
Like,
We're back to Ben Lo. Wait, it's Joe. What is it?
Thank you, Jeremy.
Benifer. We're back to Benifer.
I love you, Jeremy.
This is news. This is the biggest news of the weekend.
It is.
All right, now we got a story that Deacon threw in here. This is we got a little college related news.
College.
Did you go to college? Did you go to college?
A little bit until I realized that
bit?
this was pointless and this was just 14th and 15th grade.
Did you go to Berkeley?
I did go to Berkeley. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Why not? Why don't you believe me?
I mean, Berkeley's in California. Why would you go to California?
Don't I look like somebody that's lived in California before? Don't I act like somebody and have the beliefs system of somebody that's lived in California? JJ,
it's not for me to make assumptions. I apologize for assumptioning at you.
How
bad.
Dare you judge me, you son of...
Yeah, I know. All right. So this is from the collegefix.com, which, if you're worried about that being a solid news source, is a 92 out of 100 on NewsGuard.
Good.
Yeah, but this story appears to be only reported from right-wing sources for some reason. I don't understand why.
Really?
You see the ground thing at the top that tells us that this story and kind of story only appears in like the New York Post and Breitbart and
this left-leaning
like
program is telling me that this news story called The College Fix, breaking campus news, launching media careers, mostly leans conservative.
Well, NewsGuard says NewsGuard says it's not fake news, and Ground News says that this story is not being heard by the left at all, or the center. It's only being heard by the right. Berkeley co-op person of color theme house bans white guests from common spaces. So, students move into the POC house to be able to avoid white violence and presence, rules state.
Because
these are the rules
there are
of the POC guest house.
There's so much fucking white violence out there. I'm sorry. I don't care what any person of color has to say. But violence is violence, and it doesn't give a shit what color you are. There's black on black violence. There's brown on brown violence. There's yellow on yellow violence. There's red on red violence. There's purple on purple violence. There's white on white violence, and every other color hates every other color too. So why in the hell are we still talking? I thought,
maybe they should have had the rule just be like no violence. We banned violence.
Yeah,
why didn't they do that?
No, we're not doing that, because right now we're living in a point in history where white people are the fucking devil, and it doesn't matter what we do or what we say. We're the damn devil. I've never done anything like that to anybody, but I'm the fucking devil, and I've just understood that. I mean, that is what I believe the Democrats and the left have designed this country to do for 60, 70, 80 fucking years. You read damn history and you read American history and you actually study up on it, and don't just believe what somebody put on a fucking Facebook meme, and you actually study up on it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little potty mouth this morning, but I'm a little sick of this, because it's like it's all the damn time. I am, as a white guy, I'm just supposed to take it. I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm sick of it. I didn't do anything bad to anybody. My dad didn't. My granddad didn't. Hell, my great granddad didn't. All right. My great granddad fought for the damn Northern Army. He was in the Northern freaking cavalry. So Jesus Christ, I'm sick of this bullshit. These people, and anytime we try to say that's racial discrimination, we're laughed at. We're freaking laughed at in our face.
I mean, here's the thing. This is totally illegal, and it won't matter until somebody sues. It won't matter. Like, they'll do whatever they want.
From all I care, California can drift off into the ocean and become their own little country.
Well,
as far as I
get, like,
they
might get besieged with monkeypox and stuff like that, but I don't know. So basically, there's a sign here that says guests in common spaces. Guests are allowed in common spaces, but please be mindful if there are house members in the room beforehand. Whites are not allowed in common spaces.
What would happen if we had a freaking room that said blacks are not allowed in common spaces?
Well, that would not be allowed. That is racist.
Yeah, we used to have. I
would never support that.
Years ago, we had those signs. It took 70 years for the sign to come back. All right.
Okay. Well, We are
I don't
definitely
think
going to
this
be
is-
able to gain some new subscribers today.
I don't
Hey,
care.
everybody, if you
I don't care. I've already pissed off 2 people. 2 people have already left, and I don't
yeah, I
care.
see.
I really
They
don't
come and
care.
go. It's okay. Yeah, so
Something
Berkeley
needs to be
is
said about it. If we're going to talk
Berkeley
about this, JJ,
just
something needs to be said about it.
if you want to go to Berkeley, just understand that that school supports segregation and racism. That's all.
That's it.
Maybe don't go to Berkeley. It's not illegal, Jeremy says. It's not funded by government money and it's off campus. So Jeremy says it's not illegal to be racist and evil. And so if that's what you choose, go ahead and choose that. This is like an off-campus housing thing that doesn't get government money. So it's like
Well, I mean,
all
I'm saying.
my wife doesn't believe the allegation that they don't get campus cash.
Oh, I believe.
And
I agree with
I
your
kind of
wife.
believe her.
Yeah, I agree
All
with
right.
your wife.
So,
I'm just saying,
anyway.
if there was an off-campus house that was paid for by private money, that's
I'm gonna cue in our correspondent. We have a college correspondent. Oh,
I'm not weighing in on this.
she's not weighing in on this.
Very
Just
smart.
because I'm a college professor does not mean I'm an authority on all colleges.
Would you support? Never mind.
No,
You should
don't
not.
ask her that.
Try to get
She's
me
not going to
fired.
support that. No one of sound mind. It doesn't matter what color
She
you
said,
are.
"Don't get me fired on your
No
dumb
kidding,
show."
on your dumb show. No person of sound mind would be able to.
All right, Berkeley,
like this.
let's go. We got more important stuff to handle. Who cares what people off campus of Berkeley are doing? Berkeley, whatever. So here is a story that crawled up on Friday. So we got 2 interconnected things here. Kind of want to do. Let's do this. You know what? Let's do the more scintillating thing first. I think you posted this, and then I have a corresponding story. Here we go. You posted this last week. Car bomb kills daughter of spiritual guide to Putin's Ukraine invasion, according to Russian media. This is on CNN.com. Look at the ground news bias split of this story. It's evenly reported across all sources. So this guy, Alexander Dugin, he was supposed to be in a car with his daughter, and at the last minute, took a different car, and then that car exploded, and his daughter died. 30 years old. She has a name that is very difficult to.
It don't matter what her
it was
name
like
is.
Laria or something like that.
No, the reason I posted this story, we don't have to get into super details with all that mess, but the reason we posted this, the reason I wanted to talk about this story, I thought it was huge news, is because this guy is a major major player with Putin and the invasion, and like he had this manifesto or something a while ago that basically stated that they should take over everything, China and all that.
So that is definitely what's being reported. I don't know too much about him. I know that he has a book out there called like the fourth political theory. It's reported that he is very influential in Russia.
Oh yeah, they said that
I don't know.
They said that the stories that I read said that the man had plenty of enemies.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Jeremy's saying CIA, a very obvious car explosion doesn't sound smooth enough to be CIA to me. This is obviously a bungled hit. It's obviously a hit attempt, and it's bungled. And while, I do not hold the CIA in high regard, I think that this is too obvious. They would do some operation where it would leave the cause enough in question that you couldn't pin it on someone. It's much more likely that this is either a Ukrainian operation or a Russian operation. There is another story that I read today that tried to pin it on FSB and Russian intelligence. It might be something to do with Putin. Like I said, we are told that this guy is hugely influential to Putin, but maybe he was and isn't. Maybe he's was in favor and isn't. We don't really know. Most likely it's a Ukrainian hit, because Ukraine is they don't care. They don't care if you suspect that they tried to kill him or not. They're this guy's. Putin sent in 400 mercenaries to try to decapitate Ukraine at the start of the war. So this seems like what's the word? It seems like it's the same. You know what I mean? Like, you tried to kill us with foreign mercenaries. You tried to kill Zelensky with foreign mercenaries. So we send in a couple of Ukrainian operators and try to take out, like, Putin's brain.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like fair,
fair-ish.
So I'm thinking it's Ukraine, but I don't know. It does seem sloppy though. So his daughter was driving the car. He was supposed to be in the car. Car went boom. Daughter died. She was 30 years old, and I think there's maybe photo of her on. I don't know if there's a photo of her on this page or not. And this guy doesn't look good or bad. He just seems like kind of a older dude. Probably holds from what I've been told, holds some Russian nationalist and authoritarian views. I don't know. So his daughter died. Obviously, he was probably 100% distraught, and I would say likely to be even hardened into his views. So, consequently, it's curious that over the weekend, Alexander Dugin suffered a heart attack. Yeah. So, Putin's war guru, Alexander Dugin, suffered a heart attack after dodging assassination attempt that wiped out his daughter. So there's an image of his daughter. This is Dugin on the scene of the burning vehicle. He showed up. It was reported, and obviously, as soon as he heard that his daughter's car got blown up, he showed up to the scene. You could see the man distraught there. There's his late daughter. Here's this dude giving a speech at some rally or something like that. There's an image of her daughter. So, Kremlin analyst Olga Lautman reported that Dugin had suffered a heart attack, quoting this close ally, Sergei Markov. Markov posted in a Telegram channel, "Poor Alexander Dugin. He's in the hospital right now. Huge condolences." So this article is by the Sun Co UK, and this article makes so many allegations that it's the Russian FSB.
Who are you? Oh, you're reading our huge condolences. I thought you were giving condolences to this man.
I don't know this guy. I don't want anybody to have a heart attack or have their daughter blown up. I don't know anything about this dude.
Screw him. I don't wish him condolences. Look, you'd run with dogs and you're going to get fleas, dude. You do this shit and your freaking daughter gets killed in a car bomb and spent by you. Hey, man.
So this is what I'm thinking here. So this is the Sun.co.uk, and quite a bit of this suggests that the Russian security service had tried to, that the FSB, Russian security, was responsible for the bomb. Russian security was responsible for the heart attack. I don't think either of those things are true. I think he actually probably had a stress-induced heart attack, but the Sun is posting out these stories. Sun is in the UK. Russians that speak English would consume news like the Sun.co.uk. So stories like this are likely to influence English-speaking Russians to believe that the FSB and Putin are attempting to, consolidate power, get rid of weaknesses or whatever. So I think this story is likely to be propaganda in the fact that they're blaming it on Russian FSB. I still think that the attack on the car bomb was probably a Ukrainian assassination team. And this dude probably had a heart attack related to his age and stress, and his daughter just got killed. So we live in interesting times. This is very strange.
If I encouraged my friends to attack Ukraine and then one of my children got killed in a car bomb, I would, but I don't. I don't encourage my children to attack anyone. So I don't fear for their lives in a car bomb. I don't have any remorse for something like this. I have zero remorse for.
I am only going to proclaim, like, I'm not Russian. I don't know what's fake and what's real, and I don't raise this dude on a pedestal, and I'm not blaming him for anything. I can only tell you what other people are saying about him, but I haven't read his stuff. Very likely, though. I mean, Russians have been supporting Russia, and Russia has been a giant evil dick this year. So he's probably not a great guy. But I don't want anybody's kid to get killed. I don't want anybody getting killed. So, but this is the fact that this story in the Sun is like very obviously propaganda is very interesting.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Go check it out if you have time, or maybe don't. I don't know, but like the whole world is kind of like I don't know. We all have like Russian aftertaste in our mouth, and we can't get rid of it. Russia just stay over there where they belong. Hey, do you remember that one time that Donald Trump became president and then took on ISIS and then crushed ISIS, and it didn't exist anymore? Do you remember that?
He did what now?
All he
did was grab women, and I mean, he didn't really do anything. Just grab women and tweet.
I mean, that's not untrue, but for like 8 years after President Bush, we were still embroiled in this war against terror, and there was Taliban, and then there was ISIS, and then ISIS-K, and then ISIS something else, and Al-Qaeda, and then like ISIS for like 8 years. We couldn't get those guys, and then the United States elected Donald Trump instead of Hillary Clinton because she's worse than ISIS, and then Donald Trump was like, I don't know what's going on here. Let's just kill all these ISIS guys, and we killed all the ISIS guys, and we squashed them flat. It was amazing. It was so amazing. And then we didn't have like ISIS terrorists trying to kill us all the time. Turns out that in 2022, the House Foreign Affairs Republicans warn of a reconstitution of Al-Qaeda and ISIS-K in Afghanistan.
Well, now, why in the world would they be trying to reform this? I mean, it's not like we left their country and left a bunch of freaking military weapons and vehicles and shit over there, you know, just for them. I mean, wait a minute.
So maybe your timeline's messed up. Let me remind you. 20 years we were fighting the terror in Afghanistan. The terror. All of the terror. And we were like winning. We had like air bases, and they had the city. We were winning everything. And then, Americans are like, we don't want to be at war. We're tired of being at war. Can we just like let Afghanistan be its own country? And so they built their own government, and then we were like, we're going to let you guys take over of stuff. And then Donald Trump lost the 2020 election, and Joe Biden became president. And somehow, out of the plans for withdrawal and from a position of total victory and dominance, somehow we lost the war and ran and surrendered. And so now Afghanistan is ruled by the Taliban, and Al-Qaeda and ISIS-K are coming back. It's like, they got renewed for a new season.
You could play that.
Elections matter. Elections matter.
You could play that very last little 1 minute long video that's at the very bottom if you want to.
Oh?
The most powerful man on earth. It's at the
what?
bottom of our show notes that I posted last week.
Oh.
That would go along with what we're talking about. Wonderful.
Yeah, so I didn't check
it's
this
about
out
a
yet.
minute.
So let me we have a little speech by our president. Hold on. Wait, stop. Let me reshare, because I gotta put sound in there so you can hear it. This is important. This sounds like some very important stuff to hear from Mr.
Most powerful
President.
man on earth. We need to shut your mouth and listen to him.
Yeah, I will. Please be respectful. Let's hear what Mr. President has to say.
Of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah. And what am I doing here? The best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway, they make a very good point. Here's the deal.
Okay, here's the deal.
Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected. Here's
Okay.
what that you can do, the driver.
Here we go.
2 reasons. One, to the idea that
Go on. He just checked out.
America is a nation
Watch
that can be
dumbass over
defined in
here.
a single word. I was going to put him.
Look at her face.
Put him.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. President of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. President of the United States of America. How could we ever lose?
And they bitched about Trump.
Yeah.
I could show you the compilation of him sniffing underage girls and women.
No,
but we're not going to watch that
thank
because
you.
that just gives me creeps.
Pete. Okay.
Corn Pop was
Let's
a bad dude.
Corn Pop was a bad
Do you
dude.
remember the Corn Pop story?
I had these hairy legs, see, and the kids like to touch my hairy legs. Oh my God, this is the president of the United States.
Corn Pop was a
Chewing on the
bad
shaman of
dude.
pressure. Chewing the national shaman of pressure.
Oh my. That's my
Okay, so I saw this story last week. We'll see if this thing's got legs, if it goes anywhere. I don't know. I do not know, but check this out. You remember that Donald Trump was raided last week in Mar-A-Lago. Mar-a-Lago, they went into Melania's closet. They stole his passports. They dug through his papers. It was totally a fishing expedition. They didn't have anything they were really after. Nuclear documents. Okay, Donald Trump has nuclear documents in his closet. Okay,
down
FBI.
his toilet. He's endangering the whole country.
He's flushing the nuclear secrets in the toilet. No, he's not. That's crazy. All right. So this is over at Just the News. Surprise, surprise. Only Republicans are reading news from Just the News, even though the Just the News has is real news. Old case over audio tapes in Bill Clinton's sock drawer could impact the Mar-a-Lago search.
Anything in Bill Clinton's sock drawer without a couple of gloves.
Oh, don't you want to know what's in his sock drawer?
No, that's disgusting. Whatever it is sticky.
A judge ruled in 2012 that the president's discretion to declare records personal is far-reaching and mostly unchallengeable. When it comes to the National Archives, history has a funny way of repeating itself, and legal experts say a decade-old case over audio tapes that Bill Clinton once kept in his sock drawer may have a significant impact over the FBI search of Melania Trump's closet and Donald Trump's personal office. The case in question is titled Judicial Watch versus National Archives and Records Administration, and it involved an effort by the conservative watchdog to compel the archives to forcibly seize hours of audio recordings that Clinton made during his presidency with historian Taylor Branch. Judicial Watch, if you don't know, is the watchdog group run by Tom Fitton. President Tom, I think it's Tom Fitton. You can follow him on Twitter or YouTube. I think he has stuff over there. And basically, he's constantly just saying, "Government, you're full of it," and doing FOIA requests and basically holding the government accountable for overreaches of power. So, for pop culture, the case is most memorable for the revelation that the 42nd president for a time stored the audio tapes in his sock drawer at the White House. The tapes became the focal point of a 2009 book that Taylor Branch wrote. So, U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson in D.C. ultimately rejected Judicial Watch's suit by concluding that there was no provision in the Presidential Records Act to force the National Archives to seize records from a former president. Yeah. Sounds familiar? That sounds familiar. So we have a bit of precedent. There's the opinion there. So under the statutory scheme established by the PRA, the decision to segregate personal materials from presidential records is made by the president during the president's term and in his sole discretion. Jackson wrote in the March 2012 decision, which is never appealed. Obviously, everybody that has any valid thoughts on this knows that while Trump was president, he had the ultimate authority to declassify documents because all powers of classification emanate from the office of the president of the United States. And so when you are president, you can classify or declassify whatever you want at any time. Paperwork not required. You get to make the rules. You don't have to follow the rules if your powers emanate from the office that you hold yourself. So this is an interesting decision and precedent. Protected Bill Clinton. Good for him. And I think this may be, well, certainly it will be elevated by Trump's legal team, who are going to sue the pants off of the government and the FBI. The FBI continues to bungle everything it touches. Oh, by the way, Deacon, I don't know if you know this. Did you know about the fake plot to kidnap and assassinate Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer? Did you know about this?
I don't have a clue what you're talking about. I don't.
Yeah. So in 2020, to the lead up to the election, there was a FBI bust of a couple of guys that had a naughty plan to kidnap and assassinate Governor Gretchen Whitmer. That's bad. We don't want anybody being kidnapped. Governor of Michigan, Michigan, a state that had draconian COVID lockdown rules.
So some good old boys were pissed.
Well, kinda. More like the FBI kind of entrapped these guys and got them to come up with the plan and then busted them for the plan.
So
it's a little bit more like that.
So the FBI told them they should do this, and then they said, okay, we'll do this.
Kind of like seeded the ideas and encouraged it and got them to like develop the ideas. And
JJ, they don't do things like this. No,
it's the FBI we're talking about. They literally can't do anything.
The government doesn't do things like this, like try to incite some normal people to break into facilities and stuff. Right. They don't do stuff like that. They don't leave just piles of bricks in the middle of communities and piles of rocks and wood in the middle of communities, like in the middle of the road, that they know that they don't do stuff like that, JJ. What are you talking about? You're crazy.
So FBI, so get this. We got a connection to this, though. The FBI Detroit chief, during the bungled Whitmer plot sting, now runs the D.C. office that raided Mar-A-Lago.
That's pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. Stephen D'Antuono ran the Detroit field office when trial testimony alleges it instigated, encouraged, and facilitated what the government charges was a plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The Washington, D.C. field office that raided former President Trump's Mar-A-Lago estate and is investigating the January 6th Capitol breach is led by Stephen D'Antuono. I don't know how to say his name right and don't care. Who ran the Bureau's Detroit office when the trial testimony alleges it instigated, encouraged, and facilitated the government charges to plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. The retrial, there's already been a trial. Where these guys were basically like charges dropped or something like that. We'll get to it. The retrial of two men charged in the alleged plot, Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr., finished its first full week on Thursday as the prosecution rested its case. Details about the FBI's integral role throughout the development of the alleged kidnapping plot continue to emerge amid plunging public support for the agency following a string of investigations, arrests, and prosecutions targeting Trump allies and recent whistleblower reports of enforcement decisions tainted by political bias at the FBI headquarters in D.C. Legal experts and civil libertarians have decried accelerating prosecutorial overkill, double standards, and strong-arm tactics in the criminalization of political opposition by the Department of Justice and the FBI. The plot was inspired, organized, and executed to kidnap and assassinate Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer ahead of the 2020 presidential elections. So here we go. Two of the men charged in the plot were acquitted in April on the grounds that they had been entrapped by the FBI and the jury could not reach a verdict for Fox and Croft. So these guys, I guess, get a second trial or, the government gets another bite at the apple or something like that. The DOJ decided to retry Fox and Croft. Kelly said that the department's timing could not be worse as the credibility of both the DOJ and the FBI is imploding. So, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that the office that ran a fake plot against Governor Whitmer is the same guy running a fake investigation into Donald Trump's closet.
Doesn't surprise me.
You're not
No,
shocked?
Not at all.
Oh. Wow. Okay. I can't believe you're not shocked. The FBI, the most prestigious law enforcement agency, in the United States.
I'm not one to I've never been one to willfully eat bullshit. So that's why I'm not shocked.
Well, I am just so I'm sad. I am I find the connection interesting. There's also, and I don't know if it's the same guy. It might be the same guy. One of the people on the Mar-A-Lago raid team is also a witness to the January 6th committee. So the same political witch hunt that is after Donald Trump is also part of the actual investigation. And now perhaps the same person is also responsible for a fake kidnapping plot. All right. Well, I think that's interesting news. We'll just keep an eye on that. So let's have a peek at what's coming in November, if you don't mind.
I don't know what
And then, yeah. So I know you don't, because I didn't put it up on the notes because I'm not a great producer. I think that's in evidence after 5 years of podcast. This is DecisionDesk.HQ. This is the official desk that calls elections. This is the same desk that called the Liz Cheney failure, like at 5%. At 5% in, they were like, she lost this race. And then the rest of the results came in, and she totally lost that race. This is the 2022 House elections model, where you can see, the country is pretty evenly divided between blue and red districts. As you know, we have a very evenly split Congress. So here are some toss-up seats for the 2024 midterm elections. According to 14 million simulations, there's currently an 86.2% chance that the GOP will have a majority of somewhere around 200 and we're going to call it somewhere around 234 over 201. So there's something like a 85% chance that we're going to have a GOP majority for in November. Although everybody should go vote in their local elections because voting is important. It's your civic duty.
Yeah, but see, looking at that map right there, isn't it just like isn't it like all of the blue areas? The population is almost as equal as to all the red areas.
Yeah, so there's like a huge populations. Yes, there's huge population centers.
Yeah.
But generally, the more dense the population, like you see this little tiny blue dot, maybe the more dense the population, the smaller the district geographically. So while these districts may be very large looking, they don't have nearly as much population.
Right.
But generally so you have red Texas, and then you got like, oh, that must be where Austin is, and there's Dallas, and there's Houston right there. So you got little blue centers, little tiny blue centers. But
so there's
you can be tricked by the size of the districts to believe that there's more Republicans than Democrats or something like that. But don't believe your eyes.
For example, the population of New York City alone is double what the entire state of Kentucky is. Just New York City alone is like 8.8 million people. And Kentucky has
that's a lot of people.
Kentucky has 4.4 million people in the entire state.
Wow.
So
really?
Yeah.
Well, thank God for her, the Electoral College. Otherwise, you'd be totally overrun by what people want to do in the major cities.
Exactly.
So there is
I've been to New York City. Have you, JJ? Do you want to go back?
Yes, I have. I mean, not ever.
No.
Not ever. No, thanks. I'm good. I appreciate the trip. I don't ever want to go back.
For those that don't know, JJ and I were in New York City together.
Yeah. Went to Marvel offices. Okay. So this is the Senate race. Now, there's currently a 61.9% chance that Democrats will have a chance of controlling the Senate. So the average projection is 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. So there are fewer opportunities for Republicans to overturn the Senate. So very likely we are going to have in November a Republican House majority and a 50-50 split Senate, which means that the sitting Vice President Kamala Harris will retain the deciding vote in all senatorial decisions, which means that basically nothing useful is going to get done because, while much like Nancy Pelosi's Democratic run House of Representatives can pass all the legislation they want, they can't get anything through the Senate, and when they can, it's a whole bunch of compromises so that Manchin and I forget her name. There's a Seneca get like a whole bunch of call outs for their state because they're the kind of like deciding votes on a couple of things. So it's very likely that we're going to have a divided government. And yeah, the House majority will be led by what's his name? Kevin McCarthy. He's totally a rhino. So under 14 million simulations, it's unlikely that the Republicans would take control of the Senate, which is kind of sad because if the Republicans were able to take control of both the House and the Senate, well, then we might have some interesting political games coming up. But if the Senate retains controlled by the Democrats, it's not only unlikely that we will see any sort of impeachments for, I don't know, being terrible at your job. It's also unlikely that we're going to see any other kinds of positive progress. So that's the current state of things, but we've got 2 months and this stuff could change. So you can see that over the last couple of weeks or so, the Democratic chance of majority elevated to almost 64%, but it now seems to be on the decline. We'll see if Joe can do anything to tilt that table a little bit, tilt it for us, and see if we can have any changes. So that's the current status of things on the run up to the midterm elections. And maybe we'll only do this stuff on Mondays. Maybe we'll only look at midterm Mondays.
Gross.
So, yeah. Yeah, gross. Absolutely gross. Yeah. So, gross. That's all I've really got, other than MSNBC seems to be trying to stir up a civil war.
Yeah, I don't
even want to cover them. I don't even want to cover it. Yeah, that's all I got this morning. Oh, and I watched most of
She-Hulk.
House of. Well, no, I watched the She-Hulk episode. Yeah. Well, you haven't yet. You should definitely get caught up on that. You need to be taught. They need to get it.
I need to be awoken.
What? Oh, I haven't talked about that. You need to understand that Jennifer Walters is a better Hulk than Hulk. She's better than him. She's better at controlling her anger, and she's better at getting.
Can she control her anger better? Because the last I checked, that was the Hulk's whole shtick was that the angrier he got, the more powerful he got. That's why we could never measure his power. And at one point, the Illuminati, I believe, had to, which was the smartest people around in that comic book world. Wasn't the Illuminati the ones that decided we had to do something with him, and the only choice was to just shoot him into freaking outer space because you can't kill the Hulk. He's unkillable.
Do you know how big outer space is?
And so the Hulk.
Do you know how hard it is to hit a planet with a spaceship? It's so hard.
But he got it.
Smartest people in the world couldn't aim a spaceship at nothing. They had to aim it at a planet. Give him resources. Give him a whole war. So, okay. So Bruce Banner Hulk. Yes, he can be persecuted by the government, chased down, hunted like a dog. Yes, he could have, Betsy Ross break his heart. Yes, he could have experienced the loss of Natasha
Did you
Romanoff,
say
Black Widow to save the world. Betsy Ross.
Betty, isn't it?
Yeah. Betty?
It's
Betsy?
Betty.
I think her friends called her Betsy.
Oh, is it?
Betty
I
Ross.
don't know.
So yeah. Come on up here. So yeah, he can experience all that stuff, and he may be angry all the time. Yes, he may have like childhood trauma, split personality. Yeah, he may have battled for 15 years or something to overcome that anger and get control of himself. But Jennifer Walters is better at it. She's better.
Who is that, Dad?
Who's that?
Mr. Deacon.
That's Uncle Deacon.
Who is that?
You, don't call him Corn Pop. That is
no. Look, let me.
Uncle Deacon. Yeah, in the comics, she had a blood transfusion. She was like, sick or injured or something, and then Bruce. We're almost done. In the comics, she had a blood transfusion and got a blood transfusion from Bruce. In the TV show, maybe you don't know this. Bruce Banner, who like punched a space dragon and like all kinds of other stuff. Bruce Banner and Jennifer Walters are in a car and they have a car wreck, and he bleeds, and they have some blood transfer that way.
Oh,
and
that's
that
all
is
it
how
takes?
Jennifer Walters got her superpowers. Yeah, just a couple drops.
So
apparently,
can we go back
apparently
in the movies and see a car wreck?
he must have never.
Look
It was a car.
this,
Dude, that's scary.
Yeah, so he had a little scratch. She had a little scratch, and now she's She-Hulk.
So
and so he's stop kicking. My
So
balls,
he
please.
can get
Please.
punched by all those things and go through all that mess, but a car wreck gives him a scratch.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, hold on. Say good morning. Say good morning, Uncle Deacon. Say good morning. Here, you want to show Uncle Deacon? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, let's get ready for school. That's all we got this morning. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Can we please? Let's recruit some new viewers. You guys come up with a plan on how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I got to get ready for a convention. I got stuff to do. Anything else, sir?
No.
He's typing. All right. Good morning, Jeremy, Colin. I didn't see who else was here. Oh, Mrs. JJ was here. Manuel. Y'all heard this dummy. Hold on. What do you say here? This is way back. Dummy Yalen was talking about Mount Rushmore, and then the mayor over there made a protection law on Mount Rushmore. What's up with Mount Rushmore? I heard somebody say that Mount Rushmore was racist.
Really?
I thought, yeah, I think so, but I'll have to look into that. Let's put that in the. Let's find out what Manuel is talking about.
Did you?
Dummy who's Dummy
Jalen?
Jalen?
If you don't know, I was just reading this the other day. That name did not exist before the basketball player Jalen Rose, and now it's everywhere. There's like 8 professional sports players named Jalen. His mother took she took 2 names and mixed them together to make that word Jalen. Jalen, the basketball player named Jalen Rose. Yeah.
All right. All right. Big morning. Got to go.
See you, man.
Bye, everybody.